Good morning, Beaverines. This is John, and I am joined by a special guest here in the studio. Look what the dog drug in, son. We have a caveman amongst us, Kelly Rodoff. Congrats on being the first one in the house this morning. You were in there before I was, just so you know. I got to show y'all this. Spencer sent it over, so we can thank Spencer for the intro there. It is a beaver. Well, it's up for debate. I said it's a beaver. Jamie said it's a woodchuck, but he sent over a hand puppet.
It's a beaver, but it looks like a woodchuck.
And Nellis, thank you very much. So what's going to happen now, folks, is we're going to get in the chat. It's a Q&A session, if you will. I'm going to ask the first question of Caveman, and then beyond that, I'm going to dive into the chat, and I'm going to be looking for questions, all caps, if you don't mind, please. And I'm going to ask Caveman. I'm going to let him answer. And he has not seen the questions because y'all haven't answered yet. So without further ado here, let me get this, son. By the way, what are you drinking? I'm up here drinking Pete's coffee. He didn't want none of that smoke.
Nah, I'm drinking A&W root beer this morning. You see?
All right. There you go.
All righty.
You can pull it up or whatever you got to do there.
It's good right there.
You might have to lean down on it.
Oh, no, you don't have to.
So
it should be loud enough.
Biden's report card, Jamie. Tell us about what would you give Biden report card wise?
Man, honestly, those guys, man, all of them, from the whole government, I give them a complete F, because the whole government on a whole, I'm not completely happy with. I mean, none of them. I look at it this way. I hate the government on both sides equally.
Hates the government. Speak up a little bit. Ron says, lose the root beer, Caveman.
All right.
just that fast?
Yeah, sure.
Katie said, that's my dog right there.
That's it.
So let's see.
Oh, and by the way, whoever sent the coffee last week, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Frank said, how are the skillets going? They're talking about the cast iron skillets that you were going to use for bread. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You never bought any bread.
No, I didn't bring any.
No, you didn't buy any when we went shopping.
No, I didn't buy any bread. No, not yet.
No.
Well, but yeah, well, we didn't get to that part of the tour either. We just went to the sporting good aisle.
You were out of money.
That too.
Low volume. All right, Caveman.
Well, wait a minute. What the? All right.
Stick it right in your stick it in your face.
Sorry, fellas and ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see. Cast iron is a good choice. Somebody's taking up for you. Start with Bisquick.
Yeah. Or cornbread.
Unknown Vector says A+ if the goal is to destroy the country. He's talking about Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Worse than an F-. You agree with that?
Oh, yeah. Both sides.
Is Caveman available? There are a lot of single gals here.
Yeah.
You're available?
I have been.
Oh, Lord. Caveman is available.
Yes. I am available. I would not lie about that.
All right, let's see. So you're into yeah, Tina, I'm going to be asking questions and kicking them over to him here. That's by design.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lily says he didn't buy no cornbread.
No, I didn't buy any cornbread, but that was my ultimate goal. But it was a limited budget, and it was like $15, so I was trying to scrounge.
Ron says, "Caveman, we need to go out trolling for chicks."
All right.
Holler at me.
Yeah, figure it out.
Oh God. Auction Caveman off.
Oh hell. Go to the highest bidder, eh? I can deal with that.
All right.
Do I get the money?
Very good question. City to Sticks. Caveman, what is the best way to cook squirrel gravy? We've had this debate. Jack actually took up for you and said he likes squirrel gravy.
Yeah.
What's the best way to do it?
What, to cook squirrel gravy? Mm-hmm. Boil your squirrel first.
That's it? That's the secret?
Yep. And then just chop it up and cut it up real fine and put it in the gravy after you make the gravy.
How do you make the gravy, son?
A little bit of flour, milk. That's it. Just a white gravy. Like breakfast gravy. That's all you got to do.
Let me turn chat back up a little bit here.
Sorry about that. But yeah, that's all you got to do. Just make the like regular breakfast gravy and cook your squirrel and put it in there.
Let's try that. Squirrel gravy. All right. Kim S. You've commented that we have about 3 months or so. What is the detailed? Okay, so I'm going to let you answer this, and I'm going to jump on this one as well.
Okay.
We've been talking about how the corona might be coming back by the end of summer. It's on a huge uptick. What do you think is going to happen at the end of summer?
At this point, the sad part is, I'm thinking the government's fucking with us.
Well, I know they are.
With the corona bullshit.
That's the language, James.
Sorry. Sorry, my man. But no, I'm just saying, like, I think they're screwing us with that. Honestly. Because, I mean, if the corona was making another comeback, how did it ever fall off?
Let me see. Hopefully that got it, guys. Sorry about that. So, Kim, thank you. To answer your question, I think toward the end of summer, if we do see an uptick in this stuff, and I think we're seeing that right now, a lot of mandates put back into place, and the shortages would get a lot worse, which is going to make people act a little crazy. To answer your question, Jamie, what is your favorite gun?
That's a good question.
To lean up here. I'm trying to fix it, brother.
That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. We talking handgun or?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Whatever.
Rifle or what?
Which do you prefer?
Well, if I go with a handgun, it would be like a Smith & Wesson.
What caliber, Jamie?
38.
38?
Yeah. I mean, well, that or like the revolvers, like the 22 revolver. Kind of
I like the 22. I like the 22.
Yeah, like an old West style revolver. You know what I mean? Like a 6-gun, whatever. But I don't know exactly. I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. Like, generally. Like, I mean, I understand, gun, but that could mean anything.
Dynamite says language is why Jack, the outlaw prepper, can't be a part of the live stream. Yep. Tell people out there how much this man cusses.
Oh, good God. You don't want to hear him on a daily. He'll blow your ears out with as much as he cusses.
VR Lab Girl wants me to ask you, what kind of food do you eat on the daily? Like, what did your meals look like yesterday, Jamie?
My meal yesterday? Well, it was from Taco Bell.
Oh God.
But normally it's not. Normally I eat like chili, hamburgers, hot dogs, pretty much anything. I mean, beans, fried potatoes, you name it. I can do something like that.
Let me jump on that.
And I cook.
Thank you very much, Mom Survival. I think I got that on the screen. She says, my friend works at a baby formula factory, and he said they are paying employees to clean, and they haven't made formula since December. They're going after the kids next. What are your thoughts? Have you seen, I mean, I know you don't have kids that you need to buy formula for, but have you heard any chatter that I haven't heard on the baby formula shortage?
Actually, a friend of mine was talking about that the other day. She was talking about how bad it's getting. Like, where she can barely find it. Like, store shelves are becoming bare from it. I don't know what the deal is. I guess they just playing around.
Need two microphones.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Kenna, thank you. How do you feel about the diesel shortage and possible gas rationing? There is a diesel shortage. Someone just emailed me this morning, actually, and said that now they're starting to see a shortage on big rig tires. So both of these things are going to factor in, I think, to the shortage of other things and increase the cost on things that you see in the store. I mean, it's just going to take more money to get it from point A to point B. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to be getting any worse, and Joe Biden doesn't seem to care.
They never care. None of the government cares. It ain't just Biden himself. The whole government cares less.
Ghost Pepper says, okay, so when we went to Walmart and you bought this stuff, he says you should do a survival scenario with the stuff you bought. How long could you have made it on the stuff you bought?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, hopefully a long time.
Well, it would have been a while.
How? Give me a ballpark.
What, with just the stuff that that?
Yeah.
As long as I catch fish, yeah, a while, a good long while, like years.
All right. Blue Dog says caveman. You know what an EMP is?
An EMP.
It's
yeah,
high altitude. Okay. So EMP hits, the grid is gone, electricity's gone. What are you going to do first? What's your first 5 hours look like as Caveman James?
My first 5 hours? Well, to begin with, before it gets dark, if it starts in the day, like during the day or whatever, get all my shit set up.
All right.
Right? Make sure that I've got everything that I need in one central location to where I know where it's at. Because once it gets dark, I ain't going to see shit unless I got a light. But you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you
got to get everything packed up and ready to go, because if you don't, and you're not ready for intruders or looters or all that shit, you fucked.
I agree.
Yeah.
Jamie, let me ask you this question. Number one, do you kiss your mama with that mouth? And number two, no. I agree with everything you just said. Why wouldn't you already be doing it? Why aren't you already getting your stuff together?
No, I'm saying, like, at that point, no, I'm saying, like, you've already got the stuff together, but you need to centralize it in one location.
Yeah.
But it should.
I'm saying, why haven't you already gotten everything together and put a plan in? You don't know.
No.
The crowd's going to shame you over this one, son.
Well, they can shame me, but I look at it this way. The day will come that you're not going to have to, you're going to just have to do it, and you're not always going to be prepared. And even if you think you're prepared, you're really not. Even though it don't matter how much shit you own.
Big T says, Caveman, what is your favorite fishing bait? Like, what kind of fish do you go after?
Catfish.
Catfish. What kind of bait do you use?
Anywhere from stinky chicken livers to rotten shrimp.
Rotten shrimp, chicken livers.
Yeah, catfishing anyway. Now, bass, I usually do topwater jig. It depends on how they're striking.
Bama Jen says this needs to be primetime TV. No. No.
Why not?
Well, I can give you a million reasons.
What, the cussing?
Oh, no. I'm used to it. I'm around Jack a lot.
Oh, well.
I'm used to it. There might be people in here that don't like it.
True. And I'm trying not to. I promise I'm trying.
Bill B says James won't make it 24 hours if we see a collapse.
I don't know if that's the case or not, but I don't know how well prepared Bill B is either. And I don't even know what Bill decided.
Revolution is my name says I'm prepping herbs so Caveman can stay with me. That dude is good for morale. Show him your t-shirt, man.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to stand up a little bit.
Oh, wait. This way.
Yeah, Cheech and Chong.
There you go.
Caveman, can you trot line?
Yeah. Not that I like to.
Not that you like to?
Yeah.
Ask Caveman how he rates his fishing skill. 1 from really good to 10 catch nothing.
About a 5. I'm in the middle.
A 5?
In the middle. I'm not gonna over.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm not gonna bloat or.
Since somebody brought this up, all right. So for folks that don't know, somebody says that Jess Lowry says she would adopt you.
Thank you.
So I gotta ask you a question. I saw this on social. I saw it on Facebook, son. Yeah. My wife showed it to me, and so you had a picture holding this humongous fish.
Right.
What kind of fish was it? First of all,
it was a catfish.
It was a catfish.
There was actually 2 of them.
So for those that don't know, there are more than 2 outlaw preppers. They hang out. They kind of hover. Y'all met Jack and James, but anyway. So I messaged James and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, that was great and all this stuff." And then a few hours later, I see a bunch of the other outlaws. Wally was one of them, posing with the same fish.
Yeah.
And I got to know. I'm going to get the story this morning. We're going to set it straight, son. Who caught the fish? Because I'm starting to suspect you didn't catch it.
No, it wasn't me that caught it.
Really?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't catch it. No, Hunter caught it. My other prepping buddy, he caught it. He caught it actually on shrimp. on a smelly ass shrimp bait
up there?
In Claytor Lake. Yeah, I mean we was we was at the lake and it was around 8:30, about 8:30, 7:30, 8:30, something in that area. And then they started biting, and next thing I know, he got a hit, and the next thing I know, he was reeling it in, and then Wally got a hit, and he brought one in. Then I got a hit, and I couldn't bring it in because it was too damn big. It snapped my line. But Hunter looked up at me with like big ass puppy dog eyes and said, "Damn, that thing was huge."
Lord Eagle says, "What is Caveman James's favorite thing to smoke?"
Ganja.
I mean, is it? I don't know the specifics of this stuff.
Oh, you mean what type? Oh yeah, Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue.
That's what it's called. Yeah, it's a strand. It's a 50-cent sativa and a 50-cent indica. 50% indica.
I got Gorilla Glue in there under the sink.
Not that kind of Gorilla Glue. That's a weed strand, homie.
Yeah, please watch the language, Caveman.
Thank you. I'm sorry. But yeah, Gorilla Glue. That's the name of it.
Says, notice all of James's friends are preppers. We now understand why he doesn't prep. You're just gonna dive in on everybody else?
No.
You're gonna throw it together in the last minute?
Yeah, probably.
Sad. So, all right, let me jump on this one real quick. You are, for those that don't know, Caveman does not prep, but he does. You're into Bigfoot,
yep,
and you're into the paranormal stuff.
Right.
I don't know a whole lot about it. I'm not really into the paranormal stuff. That ain't my jam. Bigfoot has me interested because I think the possibility is out there. So if you would, because some of the people in here probably think that Bigfoot, is the real deal. Explain to folks in the chat, Bigfoot. How did you get into it? What does a Bigfoot hunt actually look like? This sort of thing.
Bigfoot, the way I got into it, was I got interested one night because I ended up hearing a bunch of weird stuff. I was out in the woods and I heard this low guttural growl one day, and I wondered what it was, and it wasn't a bear, and I knew it wasn't a bear because I'd never heard anything like the growl I heard. So that's how it got me started. And then one night I was at home and we were coming up the gravel driveway we used to have, and it was back when it was in West Virginia.
Oh my God, West Virginia.
But no,
God's
listen.
country.
Yeah, but y'all listen. But that's nothing. We were in West Virginia, but when we were going up the driveway, all of a sudden a rock hit the car out of nowhere. I mean, we were driving like there was nobody out there. It was 450 acres of nothing.
Okay.
Just nothing but wood around us. So when the rock hit the side of the car, me and the guy that I was with got out of the car, went all the way around the damn thing and didn't see shit. Looked everywhere, didn't see nobody. But the rocket hit the car because you could hear it go boom. I mean, it just like thudded against the car.
Did y'all get out or anything?
Yeah, we got out and walked all the way around the car and look for everything. Look for anything that we could find that hit the car. We couldn't find shit.
Was you packing a real gun or just the guns?
Just the guns. Yeah, we was out there all. Yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna find
it. So this got you into Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's how I got into Bigfoot. That's how I got into like hunting for Bigfoot. Now the paranormal thing, that's a completely different story.
Yeah.
The ghost hunting thing is a story that when I was 12 years old.
Group, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I go ghost hunt with a couple of people. I've got actually a whole group on Facebook that goes with me sometimes. There's like 4 or 5 people on one trip sometimes.
Gotcha.
But when we go out there, we're looking for, you're looking for signs of like, basically you're listening, and then you're also searching for EVPs, which you can pick up on like any kind of digital recorder. It comes into white noise. Then we also have a ghost box, which is a thing that cycles through channels of white noise and radio stations that have white noise, and it just keeps going back and forth. And then what happens is if you actually get an intelligent being, they'll talk through that. And they can actually, because it comes through the white noise. That's how they YouTube. At the very end of it, we asked this intelligent being at one of the videos that we do to knock like 3 times, and apparently you hear 3 tree knocks, and it's weird because there's nothing out there. It's just us in a cemetery.
As Jack says, I got a bad feeling. He says
Jack always got a bad feeling.
The bitter critter says, what's the biggest issue facing our country, K-Man? I know there are a lot, but what's the biggest?
The biggest issue?
Yeah.
The government, period. The whole government, not just half of it, not just the Republican side or the Democratic side. The reason I say this is because if you look at both sides, they're all crooks. And they will rob us blind. Because
they are robbing us blind.
And they still are, and they will, and they'll continue to until somebody does something.
What are your thoughts on the southern border? What needs to be done down there? PG-13, please.
I don't know. Because
do you think it's an invasion?
No, I don't think it's an invasion, honestly, but it's not doing our country any good.
No, it's not doing our country any good at all.
No, I'm just saying I don't think it's an invasion, but
Mojo Man, what's going on, brother? What's going on?
I haven't been keeping up with that topic much either.
Carl, no, I don't do that. I do smoke Churchills when we go camping, though.
Carl, have I smoked weed with Bigfoot? No, not yet.
Yeah, Southern Sass, they do. It's called the Outlaw Preppers, and you're gonna see me over there some. I usually run the camera though when we do the camping trips. You'll see a lot of Caveman James and also Outlaw Prepper. But again, there is language over there, especially on Jack's part.
Yeah,
Jack's been known to drop them.
Jack drops more F-bombs than Hiroshima got dropped on.
When Jack gets done,
this is atomic.
Sailors need therapy when they're around Jack for more than 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can believe it, Arkansas. I told you, man. I told you. You're the kind of guy that I would hang out with. And I told you, I remember saying that I know people like you. And yeah, man, you would get along just fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. I didn't know it was Friday the 13th. Somebody brought that up.
I did.
Yeah, I know you brought it up, and then somebody in chat brought it up earlier.
Oh, did they?
I would have went with a Jason Voorhees thumbnail, but I didn't realize it. 300 Warriors says, question for the gentleman. Why is that nobody has done anything so far, government-wise?
Why?
I guess they're talking about the government, yeah.
Oh, I don't know exactly what he's saying, but if you're asking me,
what needs to be done?
What needs to be done?
This country, yeah.
Well, for one, we need to get all the greedy people out of the chairs that they're sitting in.
I'm proud of you. I seen you catch yourself right there. You was getting ready to call them something else.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like the greedy scumbags that they are. I mean, you gotta get rid of the greed before anything's gonna get good. Because if you got people in there just giving themselves raises, and
how do we do it?
And well, for one thing, you gotta stop the businesses from giving them money and telling them, hey, if you do this for me, I'll give you this.
Yeah.
Excellent. I mean,
Flow Grown Homesteader, we actually have ties sitting here. So y'all blast a message out. But I made him pick a college tie. Now he's a West Virginia fan. I said, I ain't got no West Virginia tie, son. Nobody in West Virginia dresses up. They probably don't even make the ties. But he went with a different college, and I picked one out too. So yeah, absolutely. Zombie 5 says, Caveman, this is a good question. What more has to happen? Like, what more needs to happen in our world before you start prepping, on a regular basis?
What, a hardcore? Like, well, I don't know, honestly. I mean, it's bad enough. But the honest thing is, I guess it would have to, I'd have to be staring right down at it. That's the only thing I can come up with. I just have to be staring at a problem that I'd have to be able to solve. And if I have to, if that comes up and I have to do it, then that's a problem I'll end up solving.
Ink Scar says we need another 1776.
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
He's like, wouldn't be a bad idea. We'll just leave it there.
Yeah, I'm not going to go that far, but yeah, I mean, it wouldn't, that doesn't ever hurt.
Oh, God, we got a couple of good ones. So, have you ever actually seen Bigfoot, or was it just you heard it and studied up on it?
No, I haven't actually seen Bigfoot. No, that I honestly haven't yet. But that's what I'm out there hunting for, is to actually see it, because I know it's there. Because
a lot of people say that it is, especially in the area you live in.
Yeah.
Forrest says, Caveman, tell us your best pickup line for chicks. Let me just say this. Forrest, let me say this real quick before we move on here. If he had a great pickup line, he wouldn't be sitting here single, son. He said he's available. The pickup lines ain't working, but what's the best one you got?
I don't have one. I mean, I really don't. I don't got a line. Hell, 9 times out of 10, lines aren't used anyway. Most girls will look at you and be like,
Squatch America, they actually have a channel here on YouTube. You need to subscribe to them. They Bigfoot hunt. That's the
That's
channel.
awesome.
And they said they've seen Bigfoot.
That's good. I'm glad, my man. Because hell, that's what I'm looking for.
Let's see. Somebody else, Malachi's Corner, said they have seen Bigfoot years ago in Oregon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Over there, there's like
what would you do?
Hundreds of them a day.
What would you do if you'd seen Bigfoot? Like, what would be what's your course of action?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Try to study it.
So you just gonna tackle it, or you
no. I'm talking like, yeah, taking photos, trying to document it.
Jerky, come here.
No, no, just to document it, to make sure that science knows that, hey, this is actually out here. This is like real. Because you take all the scientists in the known world, and all of them will look at you and say, "You're stupid. There ain't no big ass ape outside."
Outlaw Farms says, what is your idea of a bug out vehicle? So a vehicle that when it hits Mad Max and everything gets crazy. Mad Max, since you don't prep, just means the world's falling apart, Jamie.
Right. I know.
What is your ideal vehicle for bugging out?
An ideal vehicle? Probably like a Bronco or some kind of, like 4-wheel drive. Because, I mean, if it's going to be an apocalyptic kind of deal and there's going to be actual holes and everything else in the road.
Tim says if you saw Bigfoot, you just go caveman on
it. Nah, I'd have to. No, I would actually seriously study it. I mean, that's what I want. I want it to be known. I mean, everybody else is. People see it all the time, but scientists keep saying that eyewitnesses aren't strong enough.
So I'm going to ask you to do a favor. I've had a few people over the last, the past several months ask this. Jack had mentioned it to me. Y'all need to really set this up because I'd even come to it. Jack was talking about maybe you and him going up to the state park, setting up like a group camp where people could just come and camp with y'all and chill out by the fire and stuff. Is that something you'd be interested in? Because
we can do that.
I want to come hang out with y'all, man.
Yeah.
I don't see you enough. Yeah, you're always working.
Yeah, I know. That's all I ever do.
300 Warriors said a Honda Civic would be your bug out vehicle.
Nah. No. Hell no. I've been in a Civic. That sucks.
Now, this is true. James Jenkins says that if you prepped, we'd have all kinds of women beating on his door when it hit the fan. Yeah. Women be trying to use you.
Well, that's true.
You'd never let that happen, would you?
No. No. Wouldn't let that happen at all.
A squatching party. Yeah, actually, you could do that because Jack's he doesn't really hunt for Bigfoot.
Jack's but he's afraid of Bigfoot.
He's afraid of Bigfoot. Yeah.
The last time we went camping,
but he's a believer.
We went out into the woods looking for Bigfoot, and he was like, "Let's get out of here, y'all. This is crazy."
Somebody's asking what your channel is. I'm going to try and pull it up here real quick. But yeah, tell them a little bit about the last time we all went camping and Jack was there. And the Bigfoot and the bad feeling.
Yeah, Jack had this feeling like we all went out. It was me, John, and Jack. Like we y'all seen the video. Well, we went out. Yeah, some of y'all have seen the video. Some of them you may not have, but if you think about it, like when we went out that night, we wasn't expecting to go do anything like that, but we heard this weird noise off into the distance, and I said, "Let's go check it out." And Jack's like, "Why we want to go check that out?" He was afraid. He was like, "Hold up." He's like, "You gonna just go traipsing off in the woods after you hear a noise?" I'm like, "Yeah." John couldn't believe it either.
Terry, what kind of music do you listen to, Caveman?
Everything. Yep. From country to rock to rap.
I know he does like Kid Rock. He has been into Kid Rock since Kid Rock came out.
Rock, rap, rhythm and blues. You name it, I listen to it. I mean, I got over 1,000 songs on my phone, and they're all different ones, in all different genres.
Yeah, see, Jess said she could get to Virginia. So if y'all do this, I don't know, squatching party or camp out or whatever.
The squatching party, let's do it. Hell,
Sarah's in. I'll drive up for it.
I'll set it up. I mean, we can set it up.
Somebody's got to come catch some fish for y'all. It ain't gonna be me, right? Oh, let me ask you that. Yeah, let me ask you that. The last time I was talking to Jack, he was talking about fishing and who's the better fisherman? Because, he seems to think he's the better fisherman.
Well, he thinks he might be, but no, he's not.
He's not the better fisherman?
No, he's not. I mean, he might think he is, but trust me, I know far better things than he do in that department. I mean, Jack thinks he's good at a lot of things, though.
You realize he's gonna watch this, right?
I don't care. He'll just cuss.
Dynamite, Claytor Lake has a campground. Yeah. We've been camping up there. Good Lord, man, for 20 plus years.
Yeah, forever.
Jamie once tried to catch a black snake, and the official story is still debatable.
No, the official story John knows because he was there.
Jamie says that he went to catch the black snake. He got bit by a black snake, just spoiler alert. And he said that the park ranger caused him to get bit by the black snake. My mother-in-law.
No, it wasn't the park ranger. You was with me, and you know it wasn't the park ranger. It was
I don't remember. My mother-in-law debates this.
A small kid sitting out there,
and she said that he got himself bit.
No,
no,
I didn't get myself bit, and the snake wasn't poisonous anyway, so I knew it wasn't in no danger.
And they can't agree on the size of the snake either.
But, well, hell, yeah, some of them are saying it's like this long, and it was like that. It was a baby.
Okay, here's a good one. I know it's going to be completely out of left field, but we've been discussing it this week.
Yeah.
You're stranded on an island. You've only got one of these two TV shows to watch for the rest of your life. Are you going with Friends or The Office?
Oh my God, neither. I'd just be bored all week.
You have to pick one or the other.
I gotta pick one?
Yeah. You don't like either one of them?
Friends, if I had to pick.
Oh my God.
Because I'm not a fan of The Office. I just ain't a fan of The Office.
This is ridiculous.
Sorry.
I wouldn't even brought it up. I knew Friends was going to be the answer, son.
Well, son, I'm not a big fan of The Office.
Why? What is wrong with you?
I'm just not.
What are you smoking? For real?
Nothing. Honestly, I just ain't never been a fan of The Office.
300 Warrior says, have you ever been in a bear attack scenario? Not that I know of. No. I mean, we have bears here, but we're kind of careful around them.
Yeah.
I
give them all the respect they deserve. I'm not going to go up to a bear and just punch it in the nose and be like, come on. I'm not going to give myself a reason to be in a bear attack.
This is an excellent question, Jamie. All right. So, you know what bartering is, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Haggling, all this stuff. So the world goes crazy and you're caught without preps because, you ain't prepping, and let's say the phone ain't ringing and old John ain't here. What do you have of value that you would trade, if the grid's down?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, you could be prepping for this stuff, man.
Yeah. But the thing of it is, though, the end of the earth's going to be the end of the earth, no matter what we prep. If it comes down to the end of the earth, everybody dying.
Well, you won't know it's the end. It could just be the end of our country.
Well,
or society.
True. But if we get a flare from the sun, like we've been getting here lately, and it's like over 20 billion degrees and it melts the earth, we're not going to be ready for nothing. We're just going to be gone.
Do you have any skills or talents? They're asking. that relate to SHTF, Jamie. That relate to Mad Max.
Okay.
PG-13, please.
Okay. Let's see here. Fishing. I can fillet, do my own deer gutting and whatever that I need to do and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm prepared. I'm not I'm not out of the woods. I'm from the woods.
From the woods. What was life like in West Virginia? Because you were in deep woods. This man is from deep woods, West Virginia.
Well, let's see here. You go out at the crack ass of dawn, cut wood till about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Bring it back to the house because you got to eat and you got to cook. You got to have wood to do all that with. Got to have a fire because, I mean, shit. We didn't have heat where we was at unless we heated it up by wood stove.
So you split and carried wood and all that.
Oh, yeah. Every day. For as long as I lived there.
Yeah, somebody pulled your quote up.
Do what?
Nature girl. That's a perfect quote for him. I'm gonna see if he can put that on his YouTube or something. I'm not out of the woods. I'm from the woods. Caveman.
Damn right.
I'm bird of the woods. Let me see here. That's a good question. Red Tyrant Hunter says, I'm gonna, paraphrase it here. What's some stuff that you could forage outside? Like I just saw wild onions coming in, but you ain't gonna make it just on wild onions.
No, you can't make it on wild onions.
Anything else you would forage?
Watercress.
Watercress. Anything else?
You can make a salad out of watercress because it's like lettuce.
Why no? But is there?
And then blackberries and raspberries.
We do have a lot of berries. I'll give you that.
And then you got what is the name of that one? I forget now. But yeah, there's a few things that we can forage out in the.
Malachi's Corner says, "Why aren't you married? You should be married. Women should be knocking the door down." In other words,
I used to be married, but that was her stupid.
I mean, in a certain light, in a certain situation,
yeah,
the women might look at you and think David Hasselhoff. I don't know what kind of life they'd have to be living to think it, but it could happen, I guess.
I guess.
or Patrick Swayze with the Cheech and Chong shirt on.
I don't know about no Patrick Swayze or any GQ stuff.
Okay.
I'm just me.
PG-13. All right. Very important. PG-13. 300 Warriors says, what are you going to do when you get attacked by 50 zombies, meaning 50 people that haven't prepped that are coming to take your stuff?
Well, let's see here.
PG-13.
I do have a knife. I do have a gun.
Okay. All right, we good.
And then I do have, some skill in that kind of deal. So
all right.
They're not gonna get there. They're not gonna be taking much.
You be taking from them.
Damn right.
He's going to be picking their pockets, basically, patting them down. Oh, Bill B. I wasn't asking why he's not married. No, somebody in chat was asking, and honestly, I have no idea why. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just in a caveman. What's your favorite handgun? Tennessee Tactical, he said earlier, a 38.
38, 357.
Okay, Harold, you can skin deer, right?
Yeah.
How long would it take you?
What, to skin a deer?
To skin a section of a deer.
One section?
Yeah, that's what they're asking.
Oh, well, if you're going to skin the whole deer, probably about an hour or two. Because, I mean, that's cutting, you got to cut all the tendons, find all of the... I don't know exactly how long it would take me. Probably, like, if I just did, like, a ham bone or something, or the shoulder off the deer, I mean, not that long. Because, I mean, you just cut the skin and then,
Plays a lot, too, says deer gutting. That's a good way to put it and sum it up.
Yeah.
McBean, Scottish Fitness. What's up, brother? He says, "What's your favorite fishing lure?" So you told us about the bait. Yeah, some of these I got to skip. What's your favorite fishing lure? I know you're into what is it, spider wire for all of the fishing line and stuff. Do you have a favorite lure or favorite style or anything?
No, I don't have anything specific that
Just whatever.
Yeah, I'm just whatever. I can use pretty much anything.
Well, to hear Jack tell it, you can't.
Hell, just give me a fishing line and a hook. I'll find a fish.
Firefly, thank you. John, I have a challenge for you. Watch Tom McDonald's The System. I saw it the other day. I've had several people send a link. You should do a reaction on it. Okay, I can maybe put that together as long as they don't flag it. You know Tom McDonald?
Yeah.
What do you think?
That might be all right.
Oh, kill it and grill it. Says Caveman. AR, which rifle platform is superior? The AR or the AK-47?
What, like the AR-15
Yeah.
versus the AK?
Yeah.
Probably the AK.
The AK.
Not since. But see, that's totally totally different guns, though. Like tactical wise, in a way. Because I mean, yeah, they're both semi-automatics. But
Yeah, they're AK. I'm not arguing with you, man. There are AK fans in here for sure.
Yeah. But I'm just like, that's a hard question to honestly answer because I mean, it's
as it stands right now.
As a technicality,
I think if we were invaded by another country, there might be a lot of AK stuff out in the wild because it's a popular weapon now. Yeah. Some governments are starting to switch the platform altogether, and that's what I worry about.
True that.
Caveman, you my kind of guy.
Thank you.
AK all day long. But look, we got some AR fans in here.
Oh yeah.
As well. Reckless Reese, Squatch America,
AR
Quest. Yeah, I told you chat flies, man. I warned you. Raccoon meat. I've never had raccoon. You ever had raccoon?
No.
Outside of a squirrel.
Actually, no, I haven't had raccoon.
What's the nastiest animal you've ever eaten outside of a squirrel? And I know you don't think they're nasty, but they're tree rats, son.
Groundhog. It's greasy. No matter how you cook it, it's greasy.
Groundhog's greasy. And they got, man, their teeth are banged up, too.
They look like a beaver.
This is true. Well,
but honestly though, I mean, but no, honestly, that's one of the it's it's pretty greasy. That's something you don't want.
Beaver is actually very good. Yeah, he was laughing before we went live. There was a conversation about that in the chat, and I had to explain to him what was going on.
Yeah.
Funny, though. Muskrat, somebody says.
Oh God, I don't know if I can do that or not.
I mean, if you were hungry enough. You ever eaten possum, Jamie? Possum are just nasty.
Yeah, that's something I haven't ate possum.
I mean, the possum.
Now I've had people in my family eat possum, but I wouldn't eat it.
You know, when you're fishing, you think of trash fish, and nobody really wants them, like carp and stuff. Possum are like the trash rodent animal. They go around eating carcasses and stuff.
Yeah, they're like the trash compactor of the animal kingdom, or one of them. They're evil little suckers too.
America says, when I lived in West Virginia, guys didn't need pickup lines. They need defense lines from the females. And that's true story. Are the females aggressive in West Virginia?
Some of them can be, I guess. Honestly, yeah.
How would you, that's a good question. You had mentioned a 38 as your preferred weapon earlier. How on earth would you go squirrel hunting with a 38? No. Do you have a different plan?
No, I wouldn't. That's not the only gun I would. Why are they singling one thing out? It doesn't mean that's the only gun I would have. Just because that's my favorite weapon. I mean, I'd go squirrel hunting with a 22 rifle.
22. Yeah, 22 is much preferred there.
No kidding. Because you shoot it with a 12 gauge or something, you're just gonna blow the squirrel in the smithereens.
Yeah.
Would be nothing left of it.
Harold says the AK is going to get heavy for your average person carrying that in use all day. The AR frame is a lot lighter,
That is
and there's
true.
a lot of them in this country.
That is true. There are the AK is a heavier weapon. He's right about that.
This is one of the debates, like not just here, but in the prepping community as a whole.
What's that?
The AR versus the AK platform.
Oh yeah.
People are passionate, and I can understand it. If I had to choose, it would be AR, but it would have to,
Yeah.
be set up properly.
Oh yeah. Well, I get where that. I mean, I get that point. Yeah.
Zombie 5 says caveman. And when they say zombies, again, they're talking about people that haven't prepped. We call them zombies because they're thinking about food and they're going to be hoarding together, okay?
Yeah, I got you.
When the zombies come, are you going to stay at home and kind of bunker in, or would you bug out to the woods or something like this?
Good question. Probably bug out because you're safer in the woods. I mean, you can go
And
into
you're
a
bugging
cave.
out with, to be clear, 10 cans of soup.
No,
Let's
more than that.
let's revisit our shopping trip, okay? Let me just say this, Jamie. You bought no water,
Yeah,
none,
you don't have to.
and you said you're gonna look for fresh drinking water.
Yeah, there's fresh ground streams in the.
I realize it exists, but do you have a spot picked out already where you
Oh
know?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, that makes a little more sense.
Exactly. I'm not.
Magnolia
I'm
Grove
covering everything up.
Homestead. Thank you. Thank you. That was the entire purpose this morning. It's been gloom and doom for weeks, and I was just trying to switch it up this morning so we could have a little fun. Tomorrow night on Shotgun Saturday night, I'm either going to be in Walmart or Lowe's or something like this, Home Depot, because I got to get some more soil. I've got to get some more buckets and stuff. So I'm going to be doing some shopping on camera for anybody that's extremely bored tomorrow. And then we can get back into
Ooh, that's another
the
thing.
politics and the gloom and doom next week.
Yeah, they asked me what my favorite weapon was, like gun wise, but I like a bow and arrow too.
He is a huge, I'll give it to you. He's a huge bow and arrow fan, and I think that comes from the Duke boys. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, that don't. That's
That's
actually that's part of it.
he's a bigger Dukes of Hazzard fan than I am.
That's part of it. Yeah, I mean, but I also got into bow, like using bows and stuff with my dad too. So
Yeah,
that's another reason. That was a big part of it too.
your dad, I got to say, your dad was like a legit prepper. He was one of those people where it just came naturally. It was just normal for him.
Yep. Well, when you when you can grow a garden and give people like buckets full, and I'm talking 5-gallon bucket fulls of green beans or something up.
Yeah.
You knew what you were doing then.
Yeah.
I'm not as unprepared as everybody thinks.
Now, I've told them this on chat before, and I'll tell you, you're probably the best that I've ever seen when it comes to tying knots and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, normally, y'all don't understand, when we go camping, even Jack, anybody, they're like, Jamie, come hang this hammock up because it's 2 minutes, and you got that hammock hung up like you are Sinbad or something, son. and we know it's not coming down.
I just do my thing, man.
Terry, do you have moonshine production skills? I'm going to tell him the story real quick because I met him a couple times and he was awesome.
Yeah.
Your granddad.
Oh yeah, my great grandfather.
Yeah, what'd you call him?
We always call him Willie or Will.
Willie.
William. But anyway,
straight up moonshiner from back in the day.
Yeah, let's see, what was it? He said 1940, I think it was.
40s. He was making his living as a moonshiner, straight up.
They went into a bar in Welch.
It's Welch, West Virginia. So you're royalty. It's in your blood. You got that royal moonshine blood going through you. Do you have the skills like they're asking? Can you do it? Do you know how to do it? I've never asked you that before. Do you know how to do it without killing somebody?
Yeah.
Namely me.
Yeah, yeah, you could. I could do it, but I'd have to have all the stuff to do it with, and I don't have everything.
He's got the knowledge to do it. To answer your question, he doesn't have all the stuff that he would need to do it.
Not that I would, but yeah, I could. Because, well, I would do it on a small scale if I
How you
could.
doing, Vaughn? Good morning.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it wouldn't be illegal, but I wouldn't do nothing.
Big T says my mag. That means mutual assistance group. That's going to be as a non-prepper. Think the show The Walking Dead. I know you've seen it.
Oh yeah.
Season 1 where they're sticking together. They got their little base camp going on. That's pretty much a mag. That's what they mean.
Yeah.
He says his mag needs a squatching shiner in its group. In his group.
But that could.
Terry says West Virginia, a country boy can survive.
Man, that's true.
I know it's true. And I'll say, you were talking about Welch, West Virginia. I remember stopping up there. I think it was Welch to get gas. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not, I don't know how to say this. If you're not from the South or from this region like Appalachia, they will know it immediately. When you step foot out of that car, they're going to know it.
Oh, yeah. If you talk with a strange accent or you don't have that country roll in your voice, everybody's going to look at you like you're retarded.
FJB. They're talking about Joe Biden, Jamie. I'm sure you knew that.
Oh,
yeah. Jamie says, yes, they will. Tobacco and shine is a good hustle. I think it's going to be valuable to. I mean, obviously, it's going to be valuable.
Be one of the highest commodities.
If society collapses, people are still going to want that stuff. They're still going to want moonshine and alcohol. They're still going to want tobacco and stuff. Coffee, in my case. I would rather do without tobacco, cigars than I would coffee. The Bitter Critter says same thing with Arkansas.
Tobacco is going to be one of the biggest.
It seems like West Virginia and Arkansas are probably sister states or something, because everybody I talk to from Arkansas kind of have the same vibe as people I know in West Virginia, right there, on the border of.
Yeah. But like I say, I mean, y'all were talking about tobacco and stuff. Yeah, tobacco is going to be one of the bigger things that you could probably trade.
Yeah.
Honestly, because, I mean, think about it. And here's not a...
Welch.
Here's a good idea.
What's that?
Grow tobacco like a motherfucker. Hang it up.
The language.
Dry it out.
Yeah, we have tobacco seeds.
Yeah, hang it up, dry it out.
My wife didn't plant them this year. We realized we need more potatoes. For those that are wondering, we got y'all get that storm last week?
Yeah.
With the hail and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Up there? I was worried it was going to kill our potatoes, but it hasn't. They're coming up good, and she wants more.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm doing Shotgun Saturday night tomorrow night the way I am, and she wants to do onions also.
Right.
So I got to go get some more soil and buckets and things.
Those are good things to have too. But like I say, I mean, if you was to grow tobacco and then put it, dry it out and cure it and all that good stuff, I mean, shoot, that's money in the bank. Actually, that's money in the bank now.
Vaughn, I'll mention this, man. It's kind of like you're displaced or something. And I know what you're saying, man, because I haven't been to California, but I've been close out in Casa Grande, Arizona. Well, no, actually Tucson was the furthest out. And it's like I'll talk to people from California and that whole region, and they're displaced. It seems like they belong in other states, and they're just, I don't want to say stuck, but I mean, you're surrounded by people that are just woke, brother. And I'm sure I ain't telling you nothing you don't know. Just like two different worlds, I guess would be the best way to.
Coffee get cold.
Yeah, some of these chats are hilarious.
Sorry about making your coffee cold.
Oh, mine's cold too. It's all good.
See that, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, my wife ain't getting on camera. She hates it.
Yeah, she's not gonna go.
She has been. I got to tell you though, the Facebook crowd, they've sucked her in. Like she asked a question, she's been talking back and forth. It was a canon question, I think. She loves Facebook. Missy, you're very welcome. Thank you, John and Kate. Man, I needed this with a long day of canning ahead of me. Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. We were just just trying to switch it up off the gloom and doom.
Yep,
Uh,
yep. Make it a little fun, you know.
James, I'll close with this. Unknown Vector says, Caveman seems like a cool, down to earth dude. He is. You know,
I try to be.
this is Caveman all the time, straight up.
Yeah, this is
And
what you see is what you get. I mean, I'm not gonna change.
so yeah, we didn't quite get there. I didn't know if we would. I didn't think we would, but we did have ties picked out. So we're gonna go ahead and at least show them off. And I need to explain why. Jamie, we just lost somebody. We just found out somebody passed away that we went to school with, and they were a huge fan of the Tennessee Vols.
This is
so
a guy that we used to go to school with. It was a really good friend of ours. So I chose this one because of him.
And I went with a rival school then. I had the Georgia Bulldogs lined up. So there you go.
Yeah.
Vaughn, it should be pinned to the top. It's the Outlaw Preppers. There are several of them. He's just one of them. But anyway, folks, this is John with Prepper Nation. Thank y'all for being here this morning. Tomorrow night, again, Shotgun Saturday night. It's going to look a little different. I'll be out in the store. Okay, man, you can go with me if you want. I'll take care of it shortly. And pick up some soil and buckets, and we'll just look around for prep and stuff and have fun with it. But God bless y'all. Thank y'all very much for being here. And hopefully I'll talk to you in chat tomorrow night.
Thank y'all.